Welcome everyone to the Wild Card, the show where hot takes collide, chaos reigns, and sports analysis actually makes sense sometimes. I'm your host, Yuki Makoto. Think of me as the Ernie Johnson of this operation, if Ernie occasionally dropped F-bombs and didn't have a corporate filter breathing down his neck. To my right, we have dumbass number one, Narukami, the stats wizard, the numbers guy, the one who'll make you feel dumb if you try to argue without receipts. Say hello.
Glad to be here, Makoto. Look, I'm not here to hold your hand through the facts, people. I'm here to break down the plays, analyze the stats, and let you know when your favorite team is trash. Let's get to it.
And then, there's me, Ren Amamiya, if you's the stats guy, and Makoto's the calm voice of reason. I'm the wild card. Fitting, right? I'm here to say the things you're too scared to tweet and throw out takes so hot they'll melt your phone screen. Also, I might clown on your favorite player, and you'll deal with it.
Now, this show isn't just about us three. Later in the show, you'll meet our breaking news bros, Ryuji, Junpei, and Yosuke. They'll be coming in hot with the latest updates, unfiltered takes, and probably some yelling. But unlike shows like ESPN or First Take, we don't have any producers hovering over us, telling us what we can and can't say. There's no filter here, no holding back. If we think your team sucks, we'll say it. If a player chokes in the clutch, we're calling them out.
And if we want to drop an F-bomb while doing it, we fucking will. This is an 18-plus show, baby. You've been warned.
So buckle up, grab your snacks, and get ready, because this is Wild Card, where sports analysis meets unfiltered chaos. Let's get into this shit. All right, let's dive into our first story of the day. Well, stories. The NBA didn't just give us one chaotic brawl this week, it gave us two. First up, the Dallas Mavericks versus Phoenix Suns. Gentlemen, let me set the stage. Midway through the third quarter, things boiled over. Jusuf Nurkic and Najee Marshall got into it, PJ Washington jumped in, and before you knew it, players were being dragged apart while Kyrie Irving stood there, looking like he just walked into a haunted house.
Bro, Kyrie looked like someone just told him his chakras were misaligned. That face is priceless. But honestly, Nurkic, my man, you're 7 feet tall and built like a brick wall. Why are you getting baited into a scrap by Najee Marshall of all people? And PJ Washington. What are you even doing, my guy? Did you think jumping in was going to make you look like a hero? Now you're sitting at home eating Doritos for the next game.
All right, let me cut through the bullshit here. This fight was stupid. Absolutely, unbelievably stupid. The Suns are a dumpster fire right now, and this just threw gasoline on the flames. They're clinging to a playoff spot, and Nurkic, who by the way has been playing like absolute dog shit this season, decided now was the time to get himself suspended. And honestly, losing Nurkic might be a good thing for Phoenix. The guy's been playing like he's wearing cement shoes out there. Zero rim protection, bricks at the rim. It's been embarrassing. Maybe 3 games without him will force the Suns to actually play someone competent at center. Meanwhile, Dallas doesn't come out looking much better. This team has the emotional control of a toddler in a candy store, and Jason Kidd looks like he's 2 bad quarters away from a mental breakdown. They need to stay locked in, especially with Luka missing time.
All right, as if one brawl wasn't enough, the Rockets and Heat decided to throw hands too. And this one? Oh, this one was spicy.
This wasn't basketball. This was fucking WrestleMania. Tyler Herro and Amen Thompson squared up like they were about to headline SummerSlam. And Jalen Green? Bro, you're supposed to be the franchise player, not the franchise fighter. What the hell are you doing getting ejected in the final minute? At this rate, the Rockets are going to need a full-time anger management coach on the payroll.
Okay, let's dissect this mess. The Rockets are a young, volatile team with a lot to prove. The Heat, even without Jimmy Butler, are seasoned and know how to push buttons. So when Tyler Herro, who was cooking with 27 points, gets into it with Amen Thompson, it's a classic case of youthful overexuberance meeting veteran savvy. The fallout? 7 ejections, including key players and even coaches. The Rockets, clinging to a top seed, just shot themselves in the foot. The Heat, they're currently the 7th seed, trying to escape. This one is gonna hurt them.
So, are these isolated incidents, or are we seeing a trend in the NBA? Are these teams cracking under pressure, or is the league going back in time to seeing bad blood and physical basketball? Final thoughts, gentlemen?
It's a trend. These guys are playing high-stakes games every night. Emotions are boiling over, and honestly, the NBA has to get a grip on this before someone actually gets hurt.
Honestly, I'm all for it. Let 'em fight. Screw fines, screw suspensions. Put it on pay-per-view, and let me see Dylan Brooks versus Jimmy Butler in a cage match.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. 2 fights, 2 stories, and plenty of fallout. Up next, we're talking about a king who just turned 40, but he's still ruling. All right, we've talked chaos, we've talked fights, now let's talk about a king. LeBron James just turned 40 years old, and somehow, he's still putting up all-star numbers. Gentlemen, let's break this down. 23.5 points, 7.5 rebounds, 9 assists. At 40 years old. Most guys are either retired or playing cardio basketball at this point. You, take it away.
Look, we've got to give the man his flowers. LeBron James is a freak of nature. These aren't washed-up legend numbers. These are still your team's best player numbers. And let's be real, if the Lakers didn't have him, they'd be scraping the bottom of the Western Conference standings. And before anyone starts pointing fingers at Anthony Davis, let's make one thing clear. AD is balling out. 26.9 points, 11.8 rebounds, and some elite defense. He's pulling his weight. The problem? Everyone not named LeBron or AD. And yes, I'm looking at you, D'Angelo Russell. My guy, every time you step on the court, it's like flipping a coin. Heads, 25 points and a game winner. Tails, 4 points, 7 turnovers, and a blank stare into the void. Not to mention that besides Anthony Davis, their defense is just woefully inconsistent. Same thing for the offense. Looking at you, JJ Redick. Figure this shit out.
And let's talk about D'Lo for a second. You's right. Every time he steps on the court, I get secondhand anxiety. Like, are we getting ice in my veins, D'Lo? Or, oh God, why am I here, D'Lo? It's not all his fault, of course. My main concern is this offense just sucks. JJ Redick, what the hell are you doing, man? One day, the Lakers offense looks like the prime Spurs or prime Warriors, and the next day, they look like the Pistons. How is that even possible?
All right, let's bring it back. Bottom line, LeBron James turning 40 and still dominating is nothing short of insane. Whether or not the Lakers can figure out their mess is another story entirely. But whether this is his final season or not, we should all appreciate the fact that we're still watching one of the greatest to ever do it. You, Ren, any final thoughts?
LeBron's a marvel, but if the Lakers want to send him off with one last ring, they better get their shit together yesterday.
Or just let him play 48 minutes a game until he collapses. Either way, it'll be entertaining.
On that note, up next, we're talking about a team that did get their shit together. The Washington Commanders. Stick around. Let's shift our focus to the NFC East, where we've witnessed a tale of 2 teams, the Washington Commanders punching their ticket to the playoffs and the Dallas Cowboys suffering a humiliating defeat. You, break down Washington's performance for us.
All right, here's the deal. The Commanders secured a 30-24 overtime win against the Falcons. And honestly, they earned every damn inch of that victory. Jayden Daniels was a fucking menace out there. 227 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 127 rushing yards. That's not rookie QB play. That's a grown-ass man taking over a game. And let's give props to the defense. Yeah, they had some sloppy moments, but when the game was on the line, they tightened up. This team isn't flashy. They aren't perfect, but they're tough as hell, and they've earned their playoff spot.
Bro, what the fuck just happened? The Commanders, the fucking Commanders, are playoff bound. Jayden Daniels isn't just playing football. He's out there disrespecting defenses. That overtime touchdown pass, chef's kiss, and Zach Ertz. My man's out here catching clutch touchdowns like he's trying to get his retirement benefits early. And let's be honest, none of us expected this shit. This team has been the butt of every joke for the last decade, but right now, they're standing tall. Good on them.
While Washington fans celebrate, Cowboys fans, well, they're probably drinking heavily right now. Dallas got absolutely steamrolled by the Eagles, 41-7. Ren, walk us through this train wreck.
Dallas, what the actual fuck was that? Cooper Rush throws a pick six to start the game. The defense plays like they're allergic to tackles, and Mike McCarthy looks like he's trying to solve a fucking Sudoku puzzle on the sideline. Like, what are we doing here? Cavante Turpin had the balls to call out the play calling after the game, and honestly, he's not wrong. The Cowboys' offense was more predictable than a fast and furious plot twist. Run on first down, failed screen pass on second, panic on third. Rinse and repeat.
Look, Ren's not wrong. The Eagles played a damn near perfect game. Saquon Barkley, 2,000 rushing yards on the season. Kenny Pickett stepped in for Hurts and played like a pro. But Dallas, they're 7-9 now. And it's not just about this one game. It's about a pattern of choking in big moments. This has been their thing for the past 20+ years now. Let's be real here. Changes are coming. McCarthy, probably gone. Dak Prescott, his future's murky. Jerry Jones is going to have a long, hard look in the mirror this offseason, and probably cry into his expensive whiskey while doing it.
So there you have it, a tale of two teams. The Commanders are charging into the playoffs with momentum and swagger, while the Cowboys are heading straight into the offseason with more questions than answers. For Commanders fans, it's time to celebrate. For Cowboys fans, I suggest therapy, or maybe start rooting for another team. Up next, we're moving on to the final segment of the show. The breaking news bros, Ryuji, Junpei, and Yosuke, are stepping in with the latest updates from around the sports world. Stick around. You won't want to miss it.
Welcome to Breaking News. I'm your host Yosuke, and I'm joined by Ryuji, the human energy drink on my left, and Junpei, the living embodiment of sarcasm on my right. We've got NFL records, trades shaking up the NBA, and Premier League chaos to talk about. Buckle the hell up. First up, Lamar Jackson. The man broke Michael Vick's all-time quarterback rushing record. And let me tell you, defenses across the league are still out there looking like they got juked out of their souls. Say what you want about his passing game, but Lamar just solidified himself as the greatest rushing QB ever. Junpei, thoughts?
Listen, man, Lamar Jackson isn't running. He's gliding. If you put this guy in Mario Kart, he'd still outrun everyone on Rainbow Road without touching the brakes. Pay the man, build him a statue, I don't care. He's a cheat code.
Fans out here playing Madden on rookie mode. Defenders are still spinning in circles trying to figure out where he went.
Well said, both of you. Moving on. Next up, D'Angelo Russell is out of LA. Gone. Shipped back to Brooklyn for Dorian Finney-Smith and Shake Milton. And honestly, good fucking riddance. Ryuji, you're a Lakers fan. Be honest, how are you feeling?
Bro, I feel liberated. Like I just got released from basketball purgatory. D'Lo would have 28 points one night and then spend the next 3 games cosplaying as a traffic cone on defense. Finney-Smith brings defense. Shake Milton can actually dribble. This trade? A W.
And shout out to Brooklyn. They just reloaded with another question mark. Good luck with that.
Fair takes all around. Let's keep rolling. Switching to football, the other football. Manchester City finally snapped their 7-game winless streak with a 2-0 victory over Leicester City. And drumroll, please. Erling Haaland scored. Junpei, what does this mean for City?
Finally, Pep Guardiola can unclench. Haaland scoring again is like Thanos snapping his fingers. It feels inevitable, but it took way too fucking long to happen this time.
It's like watching a vending machine finally drop your snack after shaking it for 20 minutes. City's back, Haaland's back, and Leicester got steamrolled. Textbook Pep ball.
Yeah, if City keeps this up, the title race just got spicy again. Actually, probably not, but anyways, moving on. Speaking of title races, Liverpool absolutely slaughtered West Ham 5-0. Salah was on fire, again.
Bro, Salah plays like he's in creative mode. Scoring, assisting, dancing past defenders, it's poetry. And West Ham, they defended like an unlocked iPhone at a frat party. No resistance.
If Salah keeps this up, Liverpool might just cruise to the title. Klopp's probably somewhere sipping tea and smiling like a villain in a Disney movie.
Liverpool fans, enjoy this while it lasts. The title's yours to lose now. All right, that wraps up breaking news. Lamar made history, D'Lo packed his bags, City got their act together, and Salah is out here farming defenders. What a week. When we come back, Makoto, you and Ren will wrap up this absolute circus of a show. Stick around. You're watching Wild Card.
Wait! What? Cut the fucking music. Stop everything. Put the goddamn camera on me. Did I just see what I think I saw? Did D'Angelo Russell just get traded back to Brooklyn? Are you serious right now? They sent him back like an Amazon package labeled wrong size? I swear to God, D'Lo is the NBA equivalent of a boomerang. He always finds his way back to teams that already know he sucks. Brooklyn fans, congrats! You're back on the D'Lo roller coaster of inconsistency. Strap in. It's gonna be a bumpy fucking ride.
Oh my god, you breathe, bro, breathe.
No, I will not breathe, Ren. Lakers fans have been praying for this day. D'Lo was out here playing like his controller disconnected mid-play. Every time he had the ball, I had war flashbacks to him pulling up for contested threes like he was playing NBA Jam with "He's on fire" stuck in his head.
All right, you. I think you've made your point. Deep breaths, buddy. Let's try to wrap this up before you pop a blood vessel. Okay, now that you has vented, let's close things out properly. What a hell of a show today. 2 NBA brawls, LeBron still dominating at 40, the Commanders charging into the playoffs, and Manchester City finally remembering how to play football. You, Ren, final thoughts before we shut this thing down.
Okay, I'm calm now. Look, sports this week were peak chaos. The NBA needs to figure out how to keep players from turning games into WWE SmackDown. The Commanders are out here proving everyone wrong, and Haaland scoring again feels like the universe is back in balance. Also, D'Lo, good luck in Brooklyn, buddy. You're gonna need it.
Today had everything. Fights, drama, breakdowns, and you, Narukami, having a full-on meltdown live on air. Suns, Rockets, fix your shit. Commanders, keep doing your thing. Haaland, keep terrorizing goalkeepers. And Brooklyn, thoughts and prayers. That's all I got.
This has been Wild Card, where the takes are unfiltered, the analysis is sharp, and yes, you might yell at you if you're D'Angelo Russell. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the chaos, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment about which moment from today had you laughing or cringing the most. Until next time, stay wild.